The Penguin, episode 7, titled Top Hat, and this episode, being the second last episode of the show, I'm like, this must be, in the context of the show, the most intense 46 minutes I have experienced in the context of this universe, in the context of this show. Because the whole episode was just riveting. Riveting. Like, yeah, sure, the first 10 minutes you're thinking, why are we with flashbacks? Why are we in the flashback mode? Is it just to have at home how much he cared for his mom? Because clearly what happened for last week's episode is Sophia has Oswald's mom. And Penguin finds out, Oswald finds out, and he has this mission to make sure his mom is safe and sound, and there's no harm against her. But the problem is Salomone, with his men, knocks down and is beating the shit out of him and saying that, look, for the next couple hours, I'm going to treat your life hell. I'm going to take everything away from you. We're going to take away the only thing you care about. We're going to take away your operations, and we're later going to take out your life. In the next 24 hours, you are going to be dead. And it's like, by the end of it, like, look, I know that Penguin, I know this version of Penguin is going to be in Batman 2. So, we are aware of that. But, at the same time, you're just thinking, how, though? How? Like, what is the little sneaky thing that Ultra going to do to get out of the situation? You just feel this sense of tendency. And when you got the big fight at the end, the fight halfway through between him and Sal, of course it ends quite anticlimactically. You think it's this big, two crime bosses punching, fighting for its power, fighting for their lives, and at the end of the day, one gets killed by a heart attack. Which I will say this feels like the most realistic fight I have ever seen, where if you're going to have a fight and people are not going to get punched down by the first punch, it feels like a struggle. It feels like, kind of what a realistic fight kind of looks like. It's not choreographed. It's mostly two people slightly hugging each other while punching each other in the guts. It's basically what it is. If you've seen people out of the blue in the streets having a confrontation. And that's what it looks like. And Penguin's reaction to, the fuck? Okay, you died from a heart attack? Fuck you, okay? I took it, and fuck you, man. Okay? You died from a heart attack. Great. There's a little bit of humor in that. Actually, this episode, knowing how dark and bleak this episode is, there is peppers of humor in it that makes things a little bit more palatable. The performances in this episode, the writing of the dialogue of this episode is great. Like the scene, there's two scenes with Sophia that is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's technically like three because you got like the last scene that had the big reveal, but that was more of a performance level. But when it comes to the writing, the scene between Sophia and Oswald's mom is fantastic. It also kind of shows that if Oswald's mom was not old, and Sophia didn't have mommy issues, and Oswald's mom didn't have Alzheimer's, that all the back talking and all the whole you don't have you just changed your name and so everything's different now, is all the back talking. You knew if she didn't have Alzheimer's, Sophia would just at least smack her across the face. You just go, woo! She has some honings. The only thing she didn't mention was have you read the news about this guy who has a muscle car and he kind of wear a bat suit? There's a bit of if you take over the crime family, you kind of have to deal with him a lot. But you know what? I wouldn't be shocked. The point of view of the mafia is Batman's a cop. Batman's a cop. He's just one of the hard, he's just the one you can't bid. And be on brides and all that. That's probably the point of view. Batman's just the cop. He's Sherlock Holmes. He's the private eye investigator type of character. So you got that. And also the scene with Sophia and the little girl, and how there's a mix of lying but also telling the truth about, Sophia saying to this girl who's the only outside of herself is the only surviving member of the crime family, saying that you are going to go to a better place. You're going to go to a home and a house that cares for you and loves you and all kinds of stuff, because the way, if the things didn't happen the way it happened, your family were not good people. There were murderers and thieves and all ticking the boxes of horrible people. You're gonna be at a safe place. And it's a wonderful scene, and you feel bad for this girl who's self-harming herself, like little scratches on her arm. You just go, oh come on, like, oh no, what are you doing? And that's why I had the question, Gotham, the only time that a children's hospital looks like a prison. Just want to put it out there. But the last thing I wanted to talk about is the first 10 minutes. Oswald, ever since he was a little sperm, he was a little shit. He was a monster. He can't have his mom, but he's like, I got brothers. I wanted to be the center of attention. I want to be the center of attention. I want to be the favorite. And he's having sibling jealousy. So what he does is he plays hide and seek at the bottom of the train, the train's tunnels, and the sewers, and let his brothers drown when it was super waiting. And he's like, and he lies. He lies that, they went to a movie. And it's not, like clearly he wants to be a gangster. Clearly also, ever since he was a child, wants to be a gangster. It could also be a situation he never had a father figure, so he looked up to this mafia guy, and it's like, that's what I want to be. Or I want to be that person. And so he becomes that. And that includes letting his brothers drown in a flood. You just go, what? And he's lying to his mom about it, and is just like watching Fred Astaire on the TV with her. Beetlejuice, as well, which is kind of funny. Like, you'll be like, why does Beetlejuice look like that Bruce Wayne guy? That's the meta joke, right? But yeah, this episode is so well put together, and clearly we are on a full-on war now. It's all about Sophia and Oswald, and it's going to be one big showdown at the Aroni Theatre, which is clearly meant to hint the Iceberg Lounge. Clearly, it feels like they're going to hint the Iceberg Lounge there, which I thought the Iceberg Lounge was the nightclub thing, but anyway, it wasn't. It's the it's probably gonna be that place. It's gonna be that the Wony thing, and be like, hey, it used to be a Wony's like theater club. Well, not anymore. It's now mine, and I'm gonna make Call the Iceberg Lounge. Take the whole penguin thing, make the penguin gimmick. It's just, God, this episode is good. It's so damn good. But yeah, one more episode. And then I have to be like, ooh, what am I gonna talk about? Anyway, comment below. Let me know